Lord, you've done so much for me. Hallelujah. You've given me everything I need. Are you with me today? Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place. I'm telling all the praise. Where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. Now, if you like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio or WMVA 88.9 FM studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, and guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the world, all you have to do is go to 1350 AM, 1400 AM, click and listen live. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM, WPCE 1400 AM, and WMVA 88.9 FM.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout y'all later on in the show.
LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram.
All them
and more.
All them. Take yourself over there to YouTube at Cristo Records 1, CRISTO, and our new channel, FYI Radio Show host, Yolanda Hinton. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We promise we'll shout you out.
Shout out, yeah.
Miss E, how was your weekend?
Had a wonderful weekend. I didn't do too much of anything. I got some rest. I went to the church house and did a little worship at the church house.
Went to the church last night and your heart won't right. Was your heart right, Mr. E?
My heart got right. My heart was right. Yeah.
Well, that's good. It was a wonderful weekend. Great weather. We had a little bit of rain yesterday, but I tell you what, it was a nice weekend. We're expecting some great temperatures this week.
Yeah.
We had some rain this morning. I think it's going to go on out into the ocean. But I tell you, Mr. E, this is the spring, and I'm enjoying everything.
You thinking we get into that weather from April? You know, they said April showers bring Mayflower. You know, in April, we didn't have any this kind of weather.
I know, but, we should expect high wind in the northeast and eastern somewhere around this month.
That sounds wonderful. Take your rain gear when you go, your galoshes and your boots when you go.
Yes. So, Mr. E, this is our Monday's Sports Talk. And it was a fabulous week. And we're talking about the NBA. But before we do, we have some sports news.
That's right.
We have the WNBA that's going to start soon, y'all.
That's right. They already started.
Well, you know what I'm saying. This is the month, and there's a lot going on. We're checking out our girl already, Mr. Eve, girl. Let me put it like
That's
that.
right. That's my
What's her
girl.
name, Mr.
Caitlin.
Caitlin.
You can't mess with Caitlin no any kind of way. That's my girl, Caitlin.
But somebody was complaining that they didn't see her on the world stage. That it was on what? It was on one of those channels you had to make, you buy and all that kind of stuff.
Don't hate.
Well,
Don't
shoot,
hate.
everybody want to see her. We want to see
Caitlin.
Angel. We want to see Big Red. We're looking to see these girls take the WNBA to the top. Now, let me say this, Mr. E. In my conversation with friends and relatives, they said that the WNBA is gonna be number one in sports. Move over, men. The ladies are here. They're coming, and these young ladies that have just been drafted gonna take it to another level.
That's what they're saying around the town. They said the women who's playing this basketball, this new age women, they're out there balling. New age, like Caitlin Clark and and Angel Reese and a host of others going to be out there doing what they do.
Absolutely. So it's already started. You got any tea on it, Mr.
Well, I know that they played on the weekend, and guess what? Chicago for the WNBA, the Minnesotas, they played against. Did I got this right? Philadelphia Phillies. Okay, they got the Indianapolis Fever. They got the Los Angeles Aces. They got the Chicago Stars and the LA Sparks. Mm-hmm. So the score was on with Indianapolis was 79-78. Dallas beat them. We're looking for this women national basketball game to turn around. The Chicago, they beat Minnesota 81-92, and Washington lost to Atlanta 87-84.
Well, let's bring our guest in. We had special guest. He's a basketball hero, if you ask me. I went through that bio. Oh my goodness, I was so excited. But we have Mr. Victor Vic Jones on with us this morning. Good morning, Mr. Vic.
Well, good morning. Good morning, Miss Yolanda. And Pastor Evette, thank you for having me.
Good morning, Vic Jones. Well, better known as Eggy Boulash. Good morning.
I got to get that right.
Eggy Boulash.
All right, Vic, you got to tell me why you got that nickname.
I think a young man in my neighborhood back when I was living in Campostella. He's a very one of those people who could come up with any kind of idea. Jokester. And I don't know, it came out of nowhere. He just called me Eggy. I think it had a little bit to do with the shape of my head. I got a little link.
You got a little egg head.
And the Bula, I think the Bula came from some football player somewhere way back in the day. But he put it all together. Hence, that's the name.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
But it says you were born in Norfolk, Virginia. You began playing community league sports at the age of 10. And you've been very competitive. You played for Morey, a junior varsity team. You went on, Mr. E, tell us more. I mean, you've done it all.
Listen, Vic Jones is what we call one of the greatest basketball players in the 757 of all times. I mean, he could ball like crazy. When we was coming up and we was playing at Jeb Stewart, Vic had about 20 pair of socks on his legs. So I got to tell the story because he's a great friend. He grew up with my brother. We lived right around the corner, about 3-4 blocks from one another, and I grew up with Creeper Jones and his brothers, and we balled together. I mean, we had one of the greatest times growing up playing basketball. Yes. But this young man I'm talking about is Mr. Vic Jones. His childhood hero was none other than Mr. Sam Jones. And after playing 2 years in the community league of basketball, Vic decided to elevate his compassion for basketball to a high school level. Vic began to play varsity basketball as a freshman.
Wow.
First he started off with JV over at Blair. And then when he went to Blair Junior High School, we all went to Blair. Then he went to Morey High School, and Vic began to play. Wow. Begin to play, not play just basketball. Yes. began to start
Wow.
in Maury High School as in the varsity game. You know, he was a starting point guard position at freshman and sophomore. He made all district, all state, all regional, all American, most valuable player
Wow.
in the Eastern District tournament based upon his performance on the court during his sophomore year, not his senior year,
Wow.
but his sophomore year. And then Vic went into track lettering and in track, and what a marvelous young man. I got to give it to you, Miss Hinton. You know, they say in the hood, can anything come out of the hood? Yes, it can. So Vic Jones, this fellow that we are talking about, he's one of the greatest basketball players there is. He played along with Carlton, Hilton, Skeet, Larry Bellamy, and a host of more. I just can't name them all, but he shined like crazy. Vic, tell our listening audience about how well you've done. And when you went to Virginia State, you all y'all scored 102 points per game. Or how was that played out?
Well, yes, I was just fortunate enough, even in the early years, to be a product of my environment, my neighborhood.
Yes.
Because we had some of the greatest athletes, I think, in the nation to come from the Tidewater area,
Yes.
especially the Norfolk area. And I was just fortunate enough to be around a lot of people who I looked up to and admired in the sport. Yes, I'm blessed to have had an outstanding high school career. But in terms of that, 100 points a game, 102 points a game, when I was at Virginia State, there were no three-pointers back then.
Yes.
We had no three-pointers, so we had a team with a lot of cohesiveness and talent. I played with some of the guys I played against in high school, Melvin Cole from Booker T, and Dan Webb from Northview, and Leon White, who played at Granby with Dexter Peck Daddy Reeves.
Yeah.
And all of us were on that team. And we had a running gun squad and a team, including Norfolk State, the hold the green and gold.
Yeah.
Had a problem with our speed and with some of the talents that we had. But it was a lot of fun.
Wow.
It was a lot of fun. And for the first 13 games, we were undefeated. Only undefeated team in the nation and averaging 102 points, as you said, with no three-pointers. So we can fill it up.
That is marvelous. Tell us what you think about basketball then and now. Has the game changed? Is it all business? What do you think?
Well, I think the differences are, and there are a lot of talented young youth and young men playing the game of basketball, and their athleticism is out of this world.
Wow.
But
Yes.
the difference was, I think, when I was growing up, or back in that era, our heroes weren't someone that the Michael Jordans but you know, their heroes and idols and people who playing in the pro ranks. It was guys right there in the neighborhood. I mean, like in Campostella, I mean, we had people like, when I was a kid, I looked up to Reb Nixon, the Freeman brothers, and Earl Brown, and we played against the Lucases and Buster Daniels, and those guys I emulated. Even when I was probably 8 or 9 years old, and I looked up to those guys. But they were actually, everyone went to Booker T in the Campostella area, so I just wanted to be part of that culture.
Yes.
Of course, when I got to Park Place, people like Bo Cox, Junie White, Charlie Carr, Larry Carter, Ronnie Pearl Carter, who were former Maury players. I just wanted to be half as good as those guys were. And they mentored you, and they talked to you, they told you what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. And I think being right there with a lot of the players who have a personal relationship with made a difference. Now I think kids more or less look at people on TV, LeBron James, and things of that nature, and try to emulate. But we had the people right there in the neighborhood who helped us along.
Wow.
I think that's a little different.
You know, speaking of LeBron James, you know, Mr. Vic Jones is a Laker fan.
Oh,
And you know, I thought I'd
all
bring
right
that up.
now.
He's the overrated.
No, Mr. E. Mr. E keeps saying that, Vic, and I don't agree with him. I think the Lakers are legends, and the the brand is just, you can't do nothing with the brand. They may be losing, every now, but you can't do nothing with that brand.
Miss Hinton, back in the days of old, Coach Backus and the rest of the coaches began to teach basic basketball. Now, Vic, do you think today that they're playing basic basketball?
It's not. I think they're playing. There's some basics involved. Mm-hmm. However, I don't think it's as tough. The competition is. They're talented, mm-hmm. and I think they're playing a lot for the crowd and for the fans and things of that nature. Absolutely. But I think the game is different. It's a outside in game. Wow. Which means the game is catered to around the guards and the 3-point shot and things of that nature. Back when I played, you threw it inside and you banged inside. The big men was banging inside. They didn't stand behind the 3-point line or kick it back out to someone. Once you got it in the paint, you stayed in the paint. But the game is changed in terms of, I think it's about scoring a lot of points. Back in my day, we played, the games were probably in the 30s or 40s, but we had a pretty good team at 40. Sometimes we averaged 80 points a game. And we had no 3-pointers, but we had good talent. But I think the game has become more of a, something to show different talents in terms of scoring. And back then it was a team game. More of a team game and more of an inside game. You take a big man like I played against a Wilson Washington, the Booker T. Washington. And when I tell you, not to take anything away from the young players today, but they would have a very hard time with a Wilson Washington or a Carlton Hilton playing in the paint.
Yes.
So in terms of the game, the way the game changed, I think it was a lot tougher back then. It's more finesse now.
Very good. Let's talk about the week's playoff games and the weekend games. Oh my goodness. I am curious to hear what you think of where we are now in the playoffs, Vic.
What do you think about the playoff? Let's go back to Friday game. We already down now to the Cavaliers and the Magic. Did you expect the Lakers to be in the playoff this year, Vic?
I was hoping they would be. Of course, I'm a Lakers fan, and I watched it up until the time that they lost their final game to Denver. But I'm a LeBron. I'm a Lakers fan. I've been a Lakers fan since way back with Kareem, Magic, even back to before then. I don't keep up with it as much as I did when the Lakers were in it. I'll catch the game here and there.
Yeah.
But I was hoping that they would be in it. I still think they need a true center. And that's keeping them, probably out of the. They could win a lot more of those tough games if they had a true center, because I don't think Anthony Davis can move around a little more. He's really a forward. He's not really a true center.
Okay.
But, that's what I was going to ask you. What are they doing wrong? What did they do wrong? What did they do right? The Lakers.
Well, the first thing I can say they did wrong is lose 20-point leads. You can't lose a 24 lead or a 15-point lead because it don't take teams long to come back. But I think, and I'm not saying I know they got rid of their coach. I won't say it was his fault, but I just think sometimes the way that you game plan and everything, it's got to be a little better. When you get down 20, you up 20. When it's down to maybe 12 or 13, call timeout and you regroup. Or when it's down maybe 14 or 15, the team looks like they got some momentum. I think you call the timeout, you regroup, and you get everybody on the same sheet of music. But you can't lose. You can't turn the ball over, and you got to make free throws. Lost a game. I think missing free throws. That's why they call them free throws. There's nobody defending you, and there's nobody got the hand in your face. But it's just the basic fundamentals. I think that I think they had a couple of the games. Even in Denver, they could have won.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's just the basic fundamentals that they lack.
Vic, this is a question. I call it a money game. I think that pro basketball now with the Lakers was all money. It's how many points I can score, and and how how many times I can hit 3-pointers and 4-pointers and 5-pointers. And I think that it really changed the game. Just before I go further, Miss Hinton, I just want to let you know that Victor also is a Dallas Cowboys
Oh
fan.
my, another
Yes.
one. Oh my goodness, I'm surrounded by Cowboys.
You know, Vic, I was looking at the games on Friday, and I began to look at the Cavaliers and the Magics, and the Clippers and the Mavericks. Now, you know, that was on Friday game. So now, what do you think about the Cavaliers? It was a set. They won the playoff. They made it to the big dance, and so because they was down, it was 3-3, and so the Cavaliers. They made it to the dance on Sunday. They made it to the dance on Sunday, but on Friday, the Magic gave them a run for the money. The score was 103-96. What do you think about LeBron? Do you think he's coming back when we talk about the Cavaliers? Do you think he's this is his last rodeo?
I think this is his last one. In terms of his being able to play with his son, I don't know if that's going to happen, but you know, that's up to greater powers than myself. You know, if it can happen, they can make it happen. But a lot of people think he should retire in Cleveland. Since that's where he started out, and I think he did a lot for Cleveland.
Yeah.
You know, leaving and coming back and winning the championship. I mean, that's phenomenal. But you never know for LeBron. LeBron is going to probably wait till the last minute, last second, and decide tell you what his decision is.
So you saying
I know a lot. Yes.
So you saying he should go back to Cleveland?
You know, I'm not saying. I think it's possible that he may do that.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, he's been around. You know, Cleveland and Lakers and back to Cleveland, and you know. Well, and you never know. You never know. I think he's at the end of his career. He's going to end it on a high note. I hope he would remain a Laker, but you never know.
That's right.
Say, it's a money game.
Yeah, it is a money game. Miss Hinton don't want to believe that it was a money game. I've been trying to tell her that it's all about the Benjamins.
I believe that money plays a big part in it. Yes.
You know, Vicky, I'm going back to the Magic. They're in the playoffs now. They done beat the Magics 106-94. That was the final score for Sunday's game. Now, I don't know if you're watching the playoff like never before, but who do you think is going to be in the playoff games? Who you think going to win it? Oh.
I'm still saying it is tough to say. Because you got some young ball players, Mitchell, and these guys are coming up, and these guys are, oh my God, they're playing all out. They're playing out. But then you got the experienced ones like Denver who can just carve into you. And if everybody's healthy, they could repeat. But in terms of who they might go up against, it's a toss up. It's a toss up because on any given night, a team can lose by 10 or 15 one night, and the next night win by 20. So it's hard to say. It's really hard to say. It depends on who shows up and how healthy they are, whether the injuries or anything going to affect the play. But it's anybody's game at this point.
Here's one of the hardest questions I want to ask you, Vic. I've been wanting to ask you this for a long time. Why not go pro? Joe Smith went pro. You played in the same high school with him. Why you didn't go pro?
Okay, good question. It's all about timing. It's all about timing, being in the right place, the right time. It's about timing. I was close to getting a tryout with the Sixers. I worked with concerned athletes after my college career was. I worked with concerned athlete, and Wally Jones, who played for the Sixers, he was one of our staff with the concerned athletes, and we played a lot of ball. We went around the different neighborhoods and different cities doing stay in school clinics for the youth. And he came to me and said, "Vic, I think you got to get your tryout with the Sixers." So we talked to the general manager, and myself and another gentleman were slated to go up and go to the camp and try out. He said, "Stay in shape,
show them your quickness and your jumping ability and all your skills, and you might have a chance. And I trained and I was ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
But right before I was supposed to go to camp, the general manager said he could only bring one player to the two. And since he asked the other gentleman first, they counted me out. So I was close.
Very close.
And I almost went overseas to play. But in terms of Joe Smith going, it's timing.
Absolutely.
He was in the right place, right time. I went to a small HBCU, and at that time, a lot of times they weren't looking in this area. They are now.
Yes.
But back in the 70s, when I graduated, 74, just high school, and 78 in college, they weren't really looking to the small colleges. They were more or less looking for the Division I schools, which Joe Smith went to. But I say maybe it wasn't meant to be. But I do think I possibly have some of the talents and skills to go that way. But a lot of people said I could have, but maybe I think it was God's will.
Yeah, destiny.
And I believe that.
Yes, destiny, timing. You where you're supposed to be, which is a wonderful thing. We're gonna mention an event that you're gonna have. But I want to ask you about the WNBA. What do you think now? Do you look? I asked Miss D, are you all gonna look at the WNBA, because we're talking about some fire coming to the WNBA now with these new draft, these young ladies. Do you look at them, Vic?
Let me say this. And this is my true feeling. If there's an NBA game on at the same time as a WNBA game on, I'm watching the WNBA game.
Yeah.
Really?
I am a fan. I watch the college games because these ladies play with their heart.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They play not only with their skills, they play with their emotions and their heart. A lot of times you watch the men play and they're out there and you see them, they're not playing defense like they should. They're not, going all out. These ladies need it all on the court.
I'm telling you. Oh,
and being a former ball player, I see a lot on the court that's going on. They never give up.
Oh,
they never quit.
That is marvelous.
And their emotions is like through the roof. So I love watching the ladies play. I am a fan, and I was a fan before Caitlin. And
yes,
don't talk too bad about Caitlin now.
I would have liked to play on the same court with Caitlin.
Yes, she is.
That would have been an honor to play. I played back in ODU when ODU had Nancy Lieberman and names. I played and it was fun.
Oh wow!
I would love to have played some. But answer your question, I'm a fan, and I will be watching.
All right.
Vic, I want to go down to the predictions today. The Thunders and the Mavericks. Who would win?
Oh my God! How many game series?
This is 7-game series.
Everybody healthy. You say the Thunder and the Mavericks. I'm gonna have to go with the Thunder.
All right. The Timberwolves and Denver Nuggets.
Everybody healthy, Denver.
Celtics and Cavaliers.
Depends on who shows up. If everybody shows up for the Celtics, they're up and down. Woo, that'd be a tough game.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a Cleveland fan back when I'm going to say Cleveland.
All right. The Indiana Pacers and the Knicks.
Oh, Brunson, you see that guy. Brunson. Oh, God. I'm going to go Cinderella. I'm going to go with the Knicks.
Ed Everett against Vic Jones.
Ed Everett.
Oh, my God.
Big Jones don't have any hips. Ed Everett rides 500 miles, 100 miles a week. So.
Well, look, Vic, there's some things going on. Tell us before we go where life has landed you now. And there's an event, I think, that is taking place in June.
That's right. That's the summer sorority at Maury High School. MHS represents your class, Maury High School. That's June the 8th at 4582 George Washington Highway in the city of Portsmouth, Virginia. Music by Chris DJ and hosted by Dougie Fresh. and it's gonna honoring Joe Smith. Are you planning on being there? And plus, you got something going on also. What's that you got going on?
Well, this is it's a lot going on. It's a lot. Maury High School
Yeah,
have come to the forefront of, especially in the last year or so, couple of years, of really coming together. We took a picture on the steps of Maury High School back on April the 6th.
I missed that. I missed that.
And it started out being something for the class of 1980 to commemorate Maury High School and the building and the old building versus the new that's coming up. And it ended up being classes back from the class of 1950s. We had people out from 55 class, 56 class. And that was so wonderful up until the 2000s. And we had over maybe 400 former Maury alumnus on the steps of Maury. And that has grown into having different events. A long time no see, I think that's July 14th at Lafayette Park, the Joe Smith event.
Yes.
We're going to have a Maury / Grammy Day. I think that's going to be at Northside Park. I'm not, can't get to pull the date up right now. It's a lot of events that's going on.
Yes.
We have so much going on with the Maury class of Maury that we've all come together. We're reconnecting. But as far as me, I'm just sort of a in between, get the word out kind of person.
Very
I'm not
good.
having anything personally, but
Okay.
a lot of times they call me because I know a lot of people. I got a lot of phone numbers and I can touch base with a lot of people.
Very good.
My 50th
Yes.
reunion, our 50th reunion is this year. Matter of fact, I'm on that committee for 1974. So it's a lot going on, and I just, since I'm retired, trying to keep my feet wet, but keep my fingers,
Well, I tell you what,
into different activities.
we want to say thank you so much for being on,
Capital.
Mr. Victor Vic Jones. We got to go. Well, God bless you. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a wonderful
What a
day.
pleasure. Well, thank you, Ms. Yolanda and Ambassador Everett. I appreciate it. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you, Iggy Boulash.
My man.
I
Thank
love
you.
that.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to Sports Talk on FY Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10. If you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor or intern, call us at 757-714-7861. And have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday morning.
Started out with a smile on my face.
Oh, we want to thank our special guest, Mr. Victor Vic Jones.
Iggy Boulash.
Iggy Boulash. I love that name. And all the things that he's accomplished, he has really been a all-around sportsman, and it's just marvelous. When he was talking about 100 and something points a game,
102
I'm
points
like,
again.
what kind of ball
And no three
was
points.
that? And no
points.
3 points.
That's right.
That was awesome.
That's
But we're
right.
so glad to have him. We'll have him again. He said he's retired. He's still watching the game. His folks are the Lakers. Mister, you can't do that. Everybody has the Lakers. But we're so glad that he's on, and thank God that he has made an impression in our community and throughout our world. So let's go ahead.
And not only that has he been made an impression in our community, he worked with the city of Chesapeake in the juvenile detentions as a detention specialist. He also worked with the Parks and Recreations here in Norfolk. He's doing a wonderful job in the community. He was also in the United States Army Reserve. He did a lot of business with the reserve, and so he went to Virginia State University. He's a Virginia State University Tidewater alumni and a brotherhood of the Mason Scottish Rites.
He was inducted into the Virginia State University Sports Hall of Fame, and he is current member of the Virginia State University Tidewater Alumni Chapter and Brotherhood of Mason's Scottish Rites. He has made, throughout his life, his journey has been fabulous, and he's just like, hey, I'm going to promote and push all you all out there and enjoying the WNBA. I thought it was impressive.
That's right. That's right. And WMVA, listen, we're gonna be looking at you, because Angela Reese and Big Red and
Yes.
everybody else that playing Caitlin Clark. I
Yes.
mean, they're right there in the midst of everything. And Miss Hinton, when you talk about Caitlin Clark, and you talking about the WNBA. When
Yes.
you looking at Caitlin Clark, she made her
Yeah.
WNBA
That's right.
highlight on the other day. She played and stepped back with three. She came through.
Oh wow.
Caitlin Clark came through. And so when you look at it, the Chicago, they played against Minnesota
Mm-hmm.
92
To
to
81.
81. So she
Mm-hmm.
plays with Indiana.
Oh
So
wow.
Indiana lost to Dallas, to
Mm-hmm.
the Dallas
Mm-hmm. A
Mavericks.
close
So
game.
yeah, it was a close game, 79 to 76, but it was the first game.
Yes.
And Caitlin, she'll get on point. I have that kind of confidence in Caitlin.
Absolutely. Now we have some games. What, Washington and Atlanta on May the 7th? Is this a recap? Also, we have Los Angeles and Seattle. So, Mr. E, we got to keep up with those games because we
That's right.
definitely want to
That's
see
right.
what's going on. But we want to thank you all for joining us. I want to shout out Miss Sheila Roberts. Good morning, beautiful. Also, we have over here, I think it's SIAGRA or either SLABRA,
Solandra.
Solandra. Thank you for joining us. I want to say uh, congratulations, graduation today for Sergio Blanco. Oh my goodness. Congratulations. That's my grandson's brother. And wow, we're very proud of him. I remember him when he was a little teeny boy before my grandson was even here. Sergio, and a wonderful young man. So congratulations, Sergio. You are the best.
That's right. And we want to say thank you so much for all that you're doing.
And to all our
Yeah,
graduates.
all our graduates that's from Norfolk State University, Old Dominion University. And some of the young men and young women that graduated, Miss Hinton, was from the pandemic. Some of them
What?
graduate because during the
During the time,
pandemic
they
they had to
didn't
shut it down.
really.
And so now some of those folks are now walking down the aisle and doing it, making it official to have graduation ceremonies at different schools.
I think it's marvelous. But look, we have some upcoming shows. FYI After Dark, Monday, 6 p.m. Also, we're going to continue to talk about some issues concerning our kids. We talked about autism, which was last month. We had on Friday childhood obesity
Yeah.
with Tamika Quinn. This week coming up, we're going to have William Bynum. He's going to be talking about health and wellness and lifestyle change. And we're going to have more. We will announce those shows for you all. Keep listening. Mr. He's going to tell you how you can be a special guest sponsor or intern in our shows. But also, don't forget the ladies' music, Yolanda Hinton's Make It All Right. You can get it wherever music is sold. Don't forget, if you're looking for information on our anti-bullying initiative, go to www.bulvicacademy.com. That's BULVIC. You can get great information. You can see information on our initiative yearly, our community against bullying, a call to action now, which we're going to start giving you information where you can get involved now. Also, the games. The game app is there, Bulvic, BULVIC, which is also on Google Play and Apple.com. And the books, Bullying is Right Underneath Your Nose, and The Diary of a Former Bully. Make sure you check that out. It's www.bulvicacademy.com. That's a sponsor here on FYI. Please check us out. The Royal Ladies Pie, you can get them anytime. Oh my goodness. And the season when it rolls on, look, we can tell when people are hungry for sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, continue to follow us on social media. And Mr. E has that information on how you can be a special guest sponsor intern with FYI Radio Show.
If you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor of the most talked about radio show or intern, or if you'd like to be in our audience of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861, or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. Again, that's FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com, or call us at 757-714-7861, or you can inbox us at Everette's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton's Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page, and let us know that you'd like to either be a sponsor, intern, or guest. Now, if you'd like to promote your business on FYI, call us 757-714-7861, and we'd be more than happy to give you some information on how you can promote your business on the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world.
Miss Roberta Carter, thank you for joining us, sweetheart. Thank you all for your support. We will announce if we'll be on this evening. We may even upload a recap on some of our Monday evenings. We'll let you know. In the meantime, don't forget to join us back here on Wednesday with Mr. William Bynum. And don't forget to have a wonderful, wonderful day. Be blessed. See you all later.
2 up, 2 down, VA. Have a great one, okay?
God bless you all.
Bye now.